What should a nurse do if they were ever faced with litigation or you found out that they're being investigated? Does your book cover these topics?
So great question. My book doesn't cover the topics as it pertains to being under investigation by board of nursing, but I have free resources on my website as it pertains to that. The book is about civil litigation. You have to speak to the lawyer. Let's just say you're at a hospital, they reach out to you and say, hey, someone's suing, you're involved in the case, you're going to be deposed. And so I talk about what your rights are as a nurse as it pertains to if you're involved in civil litigation, because the first 3 to 10 minutes of your depositions, they're going to say who prepped you, and you're not saying my name. Your attorney is able to help prep you, but it's not appropriate for you to reach out to anyone else to speak about the case. But I do want you to know that you have rights. So the book starts off with, like I'm in the hospital, I get a call from legal, and you run to your bestie on the floor like, oh my gosh, they just want me to come down and talk about there's a legal case. And I kind of walk you through like what you should wear, what you should do. You don't go on your break or on your lunch. No, you need to go on your day off. You need to clock in. You don't access the medical record without the attorney, Bob, from the organization. Bob, what's the petition number? And you're writing something in the medical record because why are you opening it up, the medical record? So things sometimes that nurses don't realize, because I've seen them do things where they're not even employed at the organization and they're accessing the medical records, or they're doing some suspect things, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, back it up. So you can't do those things, but you do have rights, because if you're like me, in the civil litigation case that I was involved in, I didn't even know what that meant. I get a letter with a petition, my name and hundreds of other nurses' names is on it. And what does that mean? Yeah. What does that mean? Board of nursing or a regulatory agency, and I do oftentimes use those words interchangeably, but that's all under administrative law. So 3 types of law. Administrative is the rules and regulations, what affords you to even call yourself a nurse. It's a whole nother topic. And then you have civil, where I'm suing, and then you have criminal. In cases like Redondo, we have seen hers did cross over to all 3 types of law. So if you're involved in civil litigation, bringing it back to the original question, that's the reason why I wrote the book.